We are live. Hey guys, good evening. Welcome to my channel. Hello, beautiful people. Who is online? Say hello if you are here. We are live. If you are in the comment section, just wave or say hello. Hello. Let me see who is in the comment section. Oh, somebody was already there before. Kay Asuko was there and said, I'm a young widow as well. I will be watching. Okay. We got 20 people already. Say hello when you come online. Let me see you say hi. Say hello. Simply Miss P. Say hello. Yeah, Janice, I can see you guys now. Yeah, say hello. Fame 32234 Charity. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I know it was quite short notice because I wasn't sure if when we'll do it, but here we are. My live videos are always like that, impromptu. But this week, I'm going to try and do as many as I can because I have some time to myself this week. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my studio. This is Obiageli TV. And I've got a very dear friend of mine in the building. She's a friend from a long time ago. We went to university together. We've been friends since then. Say hello to Obiageli Njoku. Hello,
Hi, everyone.
Welcome to Obiageli TV. How are you?
Fine. Glad to be here.
How is
Reading my
Lagos?
friend of the Coco long time ago.
How is Lagos, Nigeria?
Wow. We thank God for everything.
You thank God for life.
For life, that we're even alive.
Yes.
Despite all the stories of deaths going on and on everywhere, we're still alive.
You're alive. You're well.
Just give God the glory.
Give God the glory. Yeah. You're alive. Yeah. You're well. Your children.
Yeah. My children are intact. I see them on a daily basis. They are my joy.
Yeah. We thank God.
It makes me happy.
Yeah, of course. We thank God. So we are talking about, if you are just joining us, I think a lot of people are going to catch up later. And a lot of people will probably not catch it because it's a working day today. So they'll probably watch the playback later on YouTube. What we are talking about today, because I want to move very quickly, is about the plight of widows in Nigeria, the plight of widows in Nigeria. And I have a few talking points that I want to use. And my dearest friend Obiageli is also a young widow, sadly, and she's going to be sharing her own experiences and the experience of a few fellow young widows in Nigeria with us tonight. We want to discuss the issues. So there are many issues with somebody losing their husband in Nigeria. You know that even though your own experience, like you told me before we started, is not so bad compared to other people, because thank God your in-laws are good. Because a lot of people always say that, depends on the family that your husband comes from. That's what will determine how they treat you.
Yeah.
When especially if it's something that is so sudden and the man is young, or is a man that is a man that just died, unfortunately, suddenly. Like your husband wasn't old when he died.
So, in fact, it's going to be 4 years gone this month.
How old was your husband when he passed?
He was 51.
Was 51, yeah. So when I went to Nigeria in 2019-20, we did not 2019. When was it? I think it was around
2018. It was exactly 2018, I think.
2018, yeah. 2018, we spoke about, we did a video about why, when you told us how the negligence in a Nigerian hospital cost him his life.
Yeah, the way
it wasn't a natural death. It was a medical failure that actually cost him his death,
Yes.
We won't go into that. May his soul rest in peace.
Amen.
We're not going to go into all that today, but we want to talk about widows, young widows, particularly in Nigeria. So before I come to you, Obi, there's this few ones that I saw. There are many online, but we will only use these few ones. So this particular one here, the one you are seeing on the screen now, can you see this couple?
Yeah.
So that's lady there is a widow. Sadly, she's a widow. And she came online, she was crying. She came online, she was crying that what happened to her after her husband passed away in the hands of her in-laws. Yeah. It's always in-laws, though.
Yeah.
She said, this is what she wrote. Let me read it. Say, happy 44th birthday, my love. It's already 5 years you left this wicked and miserable world to be with your maker. Without considering I and the 3 daughters, that you left behind, she named them. And she said, it's been from one battle to the other. Your so-called lovely and caring siblings have all turned. Obiageli, somebody is shouting in your house. Oh. Can you hear it? I hope it's not it's not Chindalu that is making noise there. Tell Chindalu that if I catch him, go and tell him I say should shut up. Let me continue. So he said, it's been from one battle to the other. Your so-called lovely and caring siblings have all turned into wolves. They showed me their true colors, fighting over the only house that we built in Owerri with me just because I have no son for you.
The case is always when there is no son.
When
I just don't know why.
He said, just because I have no son for you. We all know what having a son means in some part of Nigeria, especially Igbo land.
In Igbo land.
So she went on, it's a very long episode, I cannot read all of it, but she went on and on narrating how they were dragging the car, they were dragging the house. They even said she should come and pay 10 million naira to them. One of the brothers said she should come and pay 10 million naira, that the husband borrowed the money from him when he was alive. Now that he's dead, that she must pay it back. She said she doesn't know anything about money that is borrowed. Where is she going to get 10 million naira from?
There's so much. I have a case like that of a church member, a friend, that when she lost her husband, the younger brother to the husband came and said the husband was owing him 2 million. And he didn't let her rest until she paid that money.
So where is she supposed to get the money from? Is it that the man
they almost took away the house papers, but luckily then my husband was still alive. He hadn't gone. He was the person that went that same night he died, went straight to her, asked her to bring the papers of the house, because it was like as if they knew there was going to be a drama.
So that's the house they built together before the man died.
Yes.
Okay.
So the church was suddenly behind her, that when they saw that there was a large force from the church, they calmed down. She didn't even voice out that she was paying the money. And she wasn't doing anything, She was such that her husband never allowed her do anything when he was alive.
So she was a housewife.
That's one big mistake a lot of people make.
Right.
And I tell a lot of people now, so that the transition will not be too difficult. Nobody knows when. Nobody plans for anyone's death. But if anything should happen, it's always better to have a landing for the ground, so that it won't be difficult. At least it will just be very easy for you to move on. Although of course there are a lot of difficulties, but we're all human beings, no matter what. You see,
so they wanted to take the papers of the house so that they can.
They were ready to take the papers of the house. They fought this battle for so long. It got to an extent. One of them now told her he was going to marry her.
Right. That's another one we're going to talk about. Yeah.
By force. He actually came to Lagos. And then at night, he went to the room.
Where are they from?
They're from a part in Imo State.
Right.
Only for him to start knocking on the door at night that she should open the door. She asked him, what for? She opened the door thinking he wanted to explain it, and then he grabbed her. She had to struggle. to save herself from that, from what could have happened.
Right.
That
so
night.
That's another thing. When a young widow loses her husband, there are a few things, Obi. First of all, they will blame her for the man's passing. Most times in most family will always be, they will be suspecting the wife that she knew something about it. Even though they were living together peacefully, they never had any quarrel, they never had any issues. Oh, this is a marriage that was happy, but suddenly when the man dies, especially if he has small things, like maybe he has a house or two, maybe he has one house in the east, he has one house in Lagos, and he has some money, he was doing business, then it becomes a tug of war, between the in-laws.
I have another case.
They're not thinking about the welfare of the family that their brother has left behind, though.
They don't even care whether he has it. They just want to cause havoc, and then they don't care. They don't even ask about the children. They just want to. And even when they fight to take those children away, I belong to a group. It's called House of Gladness. We have people from all over the world, not just Nigeria. We are mainly young widows. We find solace there, succor, we talk to ourselves, we pray together, we share our life experiences. A lot of us have learned one thing or the other. We listen to different experiences in that group. There's one lady.
It's a safe place for people to
get. It's just a safe heaven.
Yeah.
There's one lady. There's just a very young widow. A very young widow. She just tired. She just came up because not up to 6 months she lost her husband, and even the circumstances, she was just like, oh my God, that if she had her way, she would just go with him. She was planning different ways to just join him. She didn't want any. She got tired because of all sorts of things that her husband's brothers were doing to her immediately after the passing. Suddenly, somebody that, according to her, they said he had an attack.
Physical attack or spiritual.
Like, if anything happens to somebody, the worst thing about we Nigerians is that we don't have the attitude of going to go for autopsies.
Okay.
They just say immediately that it has happened, it has happened. If you allow such a thing to happen to you, you get into trouble. Because when my husband passed, I insisted, and I told them, I wanted to know really what was the cause of his sudden death, because it's true we are attributing it to an injection that was given to him in the hospital. But I think I had a reason for doing that, because you don't know what could come up afterwards.
So your husband, they did autopsy on him when he passed away.
Yeah, they and then it was found out because he was diabetic, but he was well managed. And then they found out that the injection that was given, he was given an overdose of something that shook him up.
Right.
You understand? So it was that now caused him to. He was awake with me. Bridget, you remember the story? I know they like to.
It's okay. You don't need to go through it.
I know they like to go back to those things because I think it has passed.
It's okay. So
this lady, her husband's family, they have been giving her very tough time.
Okay.
One of us too. They took her children away from her. She cannot find. She's just too worried. Going to 3 years now, she has not been able to get her children.
It happened
to her children away from her.
It happened to a woman in my hometown. This girl is she's my mate. Like, we're in the same age grade. You understand? When I went to my village in 2019 December, I saw her because I had heard that the husband passed away. And then we're talking. She said, this is what she saw, that her husband died, and all of a sudden the in-laws took her 3 children. They took all of them and just stripped this woman, just left her alone. She's just going up and down, because when a man dies, the woman is the children that will be comforting you.
I give us succor. When I see my children, I'm happy, and somehow God always lays it on their hearts to understand that they are now the one with me, especially my first son. I give God the glory every time the way he behaves, because he talks to me. He, when he is in school right now, but if he's around and I'm like, I come back from work, I'm very tired. He just orders his siblings that, look, mommy has to sleep. Don't disturb her. She has to sleep. She has to rest, all those things. And again, when they have issues, like some husbands, I had another case of a lady. She really wanted the husband dead. I'm telling you.
Why?
So when she said the guy was cheating.
Is that
so
enough?
when eventually in the relationship, when they were together, that he was keeping all sorts of people. And at the end of the day, she couldn't just place her hands on what could have killed him. And then
was she praying for him to
not that she was praying for him to die, but when he now died, and all this stress of the family members and all that, and she remembers all what she was passing through, even while the husband was still there, sometimes then when this thing, when somebody's head is extremely full, all sorts happen.
Because they say that the load, what she was wishing for is not, nobody's encouraging that. If your husband is cheating or is doing too much in terms of his extracurricular activities, if you cannot stand it again, just pack your load and go. Which one is wishing somebody to do? Which one is,
really, that was also the comment I made. I said, this time is not the time for one who will be somewhere and you will be managing. Because nowadays,
you don't have to wish anybody dead because they are cheating or because of anything. If you feel like you cannot take it anymore, maybe the man, you are afraid that it's going to bring disease or give you one illness that you don't know, then just leave. It's better. So nobody is encouraging that. But let's come back to what we're saying about children, the role that the children play when a man goes, when a man passes away. Especially for young couples, like you were even younger 4 years ago, you're even younger, and you are still very young now. Imagine, I'm sure you never ever wish that this will happen to you, that at this age that you will not have a husband.
I was just 40 then, so you can imagine.
So
it wasn't easy. It's not anything anybody wishes.
Some of the in-laws will want to take some children away. Like I read one story today, the in-laws said that they will take the boy and leave the two girls with the mother. Thank God for the girls, the woman's father. The father is alive, so the father stepped in and said, no, if you want to take these children, you take the girls and the boy, and you take your wife so that she can nurture her children. You cannot take children away from their biological mother just because your brother is dead and you expect that woman to live long.
No, and it's not like as if they will treat the children well. They take these children
than you. Who can treat your children better than you?
Turn them to house helps. They turn them to house helps. Like this particular case that I know now of, the lady had been making all efforts to see how she can get her kids. People that have been seeing them but can't do anything, keep reporting to her that the state at which they see her children, that they look very unkept. They turn them to house helps. They don't even give them food like they will give their own children. They clean up their house. That's what happens. Because because nowadays a lot of people, when to get a help, you have to pay a large sum of money. But when you take somebody away from somebody forcefully, what money are you paying? They send their children to good schools and put those ones in government schools.
Now look at the trauma that those children are going to go through. First of all, they lost their father at a very young age. Now their mother, who is their main attachment figure, they are taken away from her because the family feels in their own wisdom that the children are better. The best place for a children is with their mother. It's with their mother. You cannot take children away from their mother and you go and keep them one auntie or one grandmother or one uncle. For what?
Will treat them anyhow.
For what? Then the mother will not come and be visiting as if she's a visitor. I don't know. Some women can take it to me. I was saying to that my tongue girl, I say, well, unfortunately, both her parents are late. So the people that would have stood for her are no longer there. Who is she going to call to go and fight or to go and tell the in-laws? Give her children. Whatever you have.
She doesn't know where her children are. She doesn't see them. She can't go and take her children away at night and run away.
I don't know whether they will allow her to see the children. No, I'm telling you. If you see her, you just know that she's not okay. This girl is my classmate.
She's becoming distressed.
When I saw her, my heart just broke. I was like, oh, I said, wow, this is so sad. She's just like somebody that wind is blowing. No husband, no the children that she won't have to console her. They are
to
not
make
there.
her laugh and console her, taken away from her.
Wicked in-laws have taken them away, stripped her of everything that she has. So she's like a nobody. She's like, you know, it's like two blows. One, the husband's passing. Two, the children being stripped away from her. I don't know. Why are our people, Africans, why do we do things like that? Why is there so much wickedness? Eh? Why? I don't understand it. Okay, Abi, let's progress. We talked about the economic issues, which is like, for women who are not working, the main thing is that if the man is the only provider, when that man dies, that woman is in trouble. If you never had any economic power.
It's very important for all of us to be on our feet, no matter what, even when you are in your husband's house. Look for something to do. Look for something to do, no matter how small. Something that can feed you and feed your children, in case that is not written on anybody's face. I'm not wishing anybody's husband or anybody death, but anything can just happen at any time. I never wished my own self death. My husband, my own husband death like that. But it happened unexpectedly. And I find myself in that shoe. And I had to wear it.
Right. So it's not like some of them, once they bury the man, that's the end. They will say, oh, don't worry, we'll take care of you. You have nothing to worry about. Don't worry. We are here for you.
My own in-laws are wonderful. They are nice. But, you know, to an extent, sometimes they do some things that piss me off. But, you know, I always try to remind myself that society is too difficult, that even the little one we get from them, I should be grateful. I shouldn't always expect more than. It's not possible for someone to take.
They didn't try to take your husband's property away. They didn't try to take it.
No, they've never asked me about anything. They are never interested. They are just interested. The only interest is that they are children. They want to know about them. They want to be sure. And when it is time for school, that they do, or even if my children call them for one thing or the other, they make sure they do it, you know.
That's good. That's good.
I try not to bother them. I try to be independent on my own.
Right.
You know, to help myself and move myself and my children forward.
Right.
That's the most important thing.
Right. That's very important for women to be independent. Somebody said something about will, that a lot of all these men die without writing a will. How do you bring up the issue of writing a will in an African marriage without the man saying, Abi, you won't kill me? Why you they say make
I even said my own case was that there was never a will. But you know, my husband knew where he was from. So he did one thing. When he was buying his landed property, even if he's buying a car, anything he buys it in my name.
Right.
He used to do that purposely then. And I really appreciated it. Although even when he passed, I didn't have anybody asking me, where is this house? Where is that? What is happening here? What's happening there? No. Nobody has ever asked.
Yeah.
And it's easy for me because most of the things were in my name.
Right. I'm going to play a video now to show you guys. I will come back to the discussion, but I want to show you something I saw. Chai, what's the person no go see for Nigeria? Nigeria, na another place.
Nigeria, na wa.
I'm going to show you. I'm going to play a video now. Let's see this video. It happened in Delta State. Yeah, the man died. Yeah, the man can't die. They said the man has 7 children. 7 children I get with the wife. You know that after this man died, they say he's not up to a long time. The in-laws say that the woman should go and remarry. Now he talks, say, why you want to carry 7 children and go remarry for where? So because they wanted to take over the property, the house that they are living in, and she refused to go and remarry, and they cannot drive her away from the house. See what they do to the house. Just watch.
Now come and go sell out for the scrap. Now scrap business is the two. Back can go sell this scrap people. Now scrap business is the two. Go sell. Now scrap business is the two. Oh boy, money is there now. Back can go sell. Go sell. go sell. God, why do you do a blessing when they beg her? Idiots. And now find out press mission enough is not physical. Now because they fight this one you want to do.
Yeah, blood now is different.
Now you don't do one.
Yeah, blood different.
Now because they fight this 12 years with this, you don't do one. I'm not get your time, Mo. I'm not get your time.
You see, Ba?
I was just about to say that Shebi na only the shutters they are destroying, that when they are gone, she should go and put curtains and take her children in. But I can also see it's like they want to bring down the house.
Are you kidding me? This person where they do this kind of thing for broad daylight. You know, if you go press the woman neck for night,
you go kill them now.
Exactly.
And you know, we don't have security consciousness here in Nigeria. Otherwise, she should just go and report to the police. But the fear be say, if you go report police, it go be say police not part of them.
You know, so the way they destroy her shop, he say make it carry 7 children, make it come up for house, say make it go remarry. Now the woman they shout say now because he won't sleep with her, he not agree.
Did he find her another husband?
I beg, woman,
he wants her to go and place herself on sale on NTA News for the men to come and marry her, or what?
You see,
has somebody come to tell him that he wanted to marry her? That he's asking her to leave there and go and remarry or whatever.
You know, see grown man as a carry begin they destroy.
Very shameless men.
If
you want to sleep with the woman, is it by force?
Nobody fit tell and say this thing you are doing is not fair. Now your brother wife be this. Why you they
see a lot of things happen in Nigeria? People do not talk, they keep quiet. They aid and they abet. It's very sad.
So for the whole of that community, nobody fit tell and say you are destroying her property. This is what she's using to take care of your brother's children.
Yes.
7 children. You all carry, they destroy, they break the place.
If you use knife, go kill them now. They go say something went wrong.
If on night self, this woman self, they safe for that kind of place. It is safe. You know, if you go press the neck, you go press the neck. Oh. The woman self, no, they safe. No, they safe.
It's very sad. May God help have mercy on all of us.
Yeah, this is one of the plights of widows. The children, make we talk about how they know some in-laws, your own good, because thank God say you get good in-laws, where they look back. They say whether you don't pay school fees or if the children call, they say they need something, they will even remember. In some cases, once the man die, the children are the woman's business. Whatever you do with your children, that's your business. They don't care.
A lot of them are in my group. A lot of women are like that in my group.
Mm-hmm.
Their husbands, families don't even ask about these children anymore. The women are the ones that train them. They don't even want to know whether there is anybody that was born into their family in the past. When somebody dies, the person is gone, and probably because they will never see them again. That brings us back to the way we are brought up, upbringing, and relationships in families. Because sometimes when we have people with their heart that is meant to be here at the back, that's when we see all sorts of things. They don't have human feelings. They do things that when you hear, you wonder, is this a human being? Is this a human being? Meanwhile, maybe when the husband was alive, you'll be doing eye service.
Yes.
Eye service to
do brother.
Yes. Then when something now goes wrong, they turn that woman into a recluse.
They will show their true color. I wish people where they don't go, that they see back, that they see what they have.
I am telling you, I've said that kind of prayer before for one lady in that group because she had so many stories to tell. She was so tired. Yes, so every day she was also looking for a way to run out of the country. But you know, somebody that had no backup, nothing. She just had her mother and father. She was an only child, and those ones were old. Nothing they could do to help.
Now in-law begin to give
that she found succor. It was all what we help ourselves. You know, if somebody is hungry, of course, you will find some of us amongst us that are better than each other.
Doing better
You
than
understand?
others. Yeah, doing better
Yes.
than others. Yeah. Those
Yes.
are the kind of NGOs that people should support so that, you know, to empower women like that who have nothing, so at least have something to start up, even a small scale business.
Yeah.
Instead of sitting at home, even if it's to put a table in front of your house and be selling gari, beans, you know,
Make a roasting bole.
Anything.
A lot of people buy it. I'm even a fan of bole. Each
And,
time on my way back from work, I must buy.
and sometimes after a while, okay, maybe we will talk about mourning. Let's talk about money. I did forget that bit. We need to talk about money. The way they mourn when wives they mourn husbands, and the way when husband they mourn wives
Mourn wives
in Nigeria, it is so. I mean, I think it's just a reflection of
there
how
is a very big disparity between the two.
Yeah.
The woman is the one that would be expected to dress in black and white for 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
But a man can lose his wife this month. The next month he will marry, and then people will go for the wedding.
So is it not? It's not supposed to mourn his wife, eh? Women don't deserve being mourned.
It's just because they feel that the man has more clout than the woman. It's just our cultural belief. They will not frown at that. But if a woman, after losing a husband for years, you just suddenly come up and say you want to get married in 2 or 3 years, they will even tell you that you already had that relationship even while your husband was alive.
So widows cannot remarry.
Of course. Who says so?
After mourning your husband the traditional way, because some of the ways that they even mourn is so barbaric, it's unbelievable. My mom used to tell me, although nobody does that anymore now. No. My mom used to tell me that in those days, when a woman's husband die, you go eat, you know, go wash your hand. They're not gonna let you wash your hand. Now the same cloth you go wear, like you will be hitting your body on the ground.
In some cultures, they still try to do it. But it's just that because a lot of people are now well educated, that you don't just allow yourself to be pushed through those kind of things. If you keep quiet to it.
Yeah, shaving of hair. You shaved your hair, didn't you?
I did. Nobody shaved it for me. I did it for myself, because the reason why I did that actually was while my husband was alive, sometimes I just feel like cutting my hair. And I tell him that, honey, I want to cut my hair. He will now ask me, am I dead? It's not when I die you should cut your head to mourn me, you know. Really, my husband's family, they weren't interested in whether I cut my hair or whatever. What they wanted me was just to make sure my hair was tied on the day of the burial. But I came back and I felt that one of the ways to honor him was to barb my hair, because he used to say it a lot while he was alive.
So that was your choice. You were not forced.
That was why I barbed it and nothing else. And I started growing it like 3 months after I barbed it.
So you were shaving it consistently for 3 months?
No. I just cut it only once. Once.
Yeah.
And then when it grew after 3 months, I just started picking it, and then I started growing my head back. Nobody really talked to me about it.
There are some wicked traditions, though. Simply.
Yes, I have seen a tradition, even in this our group I'm talking about, of a lady that they insisted that they were going to barb her hair. You know, those wicked women in the families. And then while barbing their hair, her hair with razor blade, they were cutting. She said she was bloody that same day. She had to go for tetanus injection. After, I was like, and you stayed there?
Why did she subject herself to that?
She was on, you know, Bridget, honestly. It's just like, let's not just pray that we come across such things.
Yeah,
there's some situations you find yourself. The best thing you do is just obey. Let them finish and let me get out.
Yeah.
Because you could want to refuse them, and something else worse than what they're doing to you will be done. And then they'll now use culture to back it up and say, hey, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just that a lot of things are going on in Nigeria. And there are some cultures where a lot of things are happening, you know, that when you hear some of the stories, you freeze. You say, is this thing still happening? Like you were talking about, some people they don't work. They are still doing it in some places. You will sit down in a room for days. You won't have your bath. They will tell you that it's only a widow that will feed you. It's only a widow that will bath you. It's only you will eat with a plate that you've not washed for days. You finish eating breakfast, they will still put your food on top of the plate you used to eat breakfast. You will use that same plate to eat dinner. You know, in the past, when I hear such things, I'll say it's a lie. But no, after experiencing it and coming across a lot of us that happen to be in the same situation, and I hear 1,000,001 things, I just shudder. I say, wow.
These are very barbaric tradition, extremely barbaric tradition.
Very barbaric.
Somebody says that in some cases they will even bet the dead body and make the woman to drink
and ask the person to drink it.
All that germs and everything, fungi, infection, everything on dead body. This is
dead body that's already a carcass, that is already dustbin. They still want to kill the wife to prove that doing all that, you're just basically trying to kill off the lady too.
Somebody said here that in some culture, let me put it on the screen, that they will make the woman sleep in the same room with the person, the husband that has died, for 3 days.
So many stories. And there was a film like that now. I watched that film. And you know, most of these films they do in Nigeria, they only replay things that have happened to people in the past.
It's true. It's true. Very, very true.
I even watched one where they said, because they forced the woman, a man, he was engaged to the woman to marry the woman, and the woman suddenly died. And they forced the man to be married to the woman and slept with her.
They do that to a man. They did that to a man.
Yeah. In fact, you know, when I watched this film about 2 years ago, and I was happy watching it. I'm sorry, yo. Because I was like, if this can be done to a man.
That's a film. It cannot happen in real life.
Actually, it's actually a film. It's actually a film. You can't really do that to a man.
Why don't you notice that every negative cultural and religious practice is always against women? Now women they suffer.
Of course, we are the sufferers.
Now women they suffer.
The men they are always in charge. They are the head. So anything they can do things and get away with it.
So the person wife go die within 3 months. You don't marry another woman. You don't marry.
Haven't you heard of that? They will start disturbing the man. Go and get married. You need a companion. You need this one. But a woman does not need a companion. Her companion will become her children.
They will say you should marry your children.
I wouldn't need a companion again. I don't have blood running in my vein. I don't have anything.
You are supposed to just be lonely for the rest of your life.
Yes, I will just continue to be my late husband's wife. And there won't be any reason to just suddenly say I'm going to get married or anything.
Wow. It's different things that are happening. I'm telling you. Different things that are happening. This woman's case that she was narrating, the one, I don't know if some of you caught it earlier on when I started. I was telling the story of this woman that the husband died. She's a young woman, and they were so madly in love, according to her, what she wrote. And she had to cry out on social media because she said that the in-laws were after everything that he has labored for. You know, there's even what they call it. There's even court papers. Lawyer, they signed. They sent her petition. They sent her something that the brother of the husband said, you must pay this money. That the man is owing this money, you must pay it. They came to the house. They wanted to take the car. They wanted to take the house. They wanted to take everything from her because they said she didn't have children. So this issue of not having a male child, so is another big deal again. You know, ba? In some part of
I know a case of a lady that was thrown out of her house. She had to sleep in the church for like months before the church, members of the church put money together to get her a room. She slept in the church for 2 or 3 months with her kids. And the husband had a house.
And
he had a house, a block of 6 flats. They threw her out.
People, you see this thing sometimes, you think it's home video. You think it's
it
home
happens
video.
live. I know this lady. I know her well. It happens live.
Wow.
She had to start picking pins. She had to start all over again. And her husband was into importation business. He was selling tires, and they threw her out of the shop. And when he was alive, before he died, he was a very young man. Before he died, he used to take her to the shop so that she will know what's really going on.
Yes.
So she knew the business. What cut her short from the business was her husband's family. Her husband's mother, a very wicked witch, and the husband's siblings. She can't even go near their house, talk less of even going near the shop. They threatened her. They threatened her and told her that if she likes her life, if she likes her life, she should come. If she doesn't like her life, she should come near anywhere.
The question I always ask Obi is it that these people, they've always been like this? They were just pretending because the man who was protecting the woman was alive.
That's eye service now. That's the eye service now. Because some cases, some of these people may not like the wife when the husband is getting married. But if a man that wants something, he wants that person, there's nothing you can do.
Right.
So the only time they can get back on that person is maybe if anything like this suddenly happens. Then you now see their true colors.
So they've always been like this. They are just pretending as if because the man is alive, he's the one that protects her.
Bridgie, what I always say is that we just pray to God that we don't find ourselves in such situation. Because a lot of people, when you hear their stories, you just shake your head. A lot of people.
And then the one that is paining me is that when the children grow up, okay, now thank God for your in-laws. I thank God that your in-laws are good. They are reasonable people. So when your daughter is mature tomorrow and she wants to get married, you have no problem going to your in-laws to say, okay, now picking one marry for them to take the everything. The one that is paining me is the one that they have such horrible in-laws when the man dies and they
will still want to take charge of everything.
They didn't contribute anything, then the woman, I really thank God for what women are doing now, because we saw the example that day. Ngozi, is this Ngozi Wonsu? What's her name?
Ngozi, Ezeonu.
Ngozi Ezeonu. This one that married, what's her name? The young girl that married that old man. What's be her name? Rita, what be her name?
I think Rita is the mother of the girl.
Rita is the mother. Regina Daniels.
Regina Daniels.
So what these women are doing now, before they will now go and look for one wicked uncle that did not know whether the children were existing. When either they are divorced or the man died, the man will not contribute anything to the well-being of the children. Then when the daughter is getting married, they will not come and be doing father. They will not sew cloth and be doing ashobi. Nobody does that bullshit anymore, except women that are not smart. Nobody. We have a guest here in the house. I shared my link. If you want to join us, you are welcome to join us. I've got Caroline on the building. Let me add Caroline. Hello, Caroline.
Hi, Auntie B. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, my love. How are you?
I'm good.
Hi, Carol.
Hi. So where are you, Caroline?
US.
You are in the US. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Now talk to us. You have something to contribute.
I was a widow myself too. But I was married here in America, married to an American. Right. And I would say I kind of experienced similar thing with a white person.
Really?
Yes. When
white cultures as well.
Just listen. What happened was that when we got married, my husband basically did not trust, after being in the marriage for 27 years and do not really, and basically, the marriage was really bad after they got divorced and stuff like that. So he did not trust women. So when we got married and I moved to the States, my name was not on his service account. Instead, he put his friend.
Wow.
He put his friend's name. So what happened was that when he died, there was a $50,000 in his account.
Right.
He died in Africa. So they brought his body, they cremated him. So he spent like about $3,000. The company paid the rest, but we had to pay $3,000 extra. And after with the funeral, the cremation and everything, I went to the bank because bills started rolling in. We just bought a house. We just bought a car, you know. We just bought everything because I just moved down here. So I went to the bank and I was just kind of like, okay, husband is dead. There is a death certificate. You know, can I have his money?
Did you have kids?
Yes, I had one daughter for him.
Right.
And I got there and they told me that I have no access to his account. And I was just kind of like, what do you mean I don't have no access? So the lady was so nice enough, was just kind of like, it was the name on the account. It told me the name. And I was just kind of like, okay. Because he actually told me that he put his friend's name. I wasn't surprised, but the reason why he did that was because he said that if anything happens to him, his ex-wife will come after me.
Right.
Which actually it really happens.
Right.
But guess what? So when
the friend turned into a scavenger, I'm sure.
Oh my God. The thing is that before I could even get to the bank, okay, when his body came, the death certificate was in his hands. So he was able to use his death certificate to go get the money out of the account without letting me know.
Oh my God.
So after everything was done, they came to my house and they were trying to help me sort out papers, you know, and I was just kind of like, okay, I understand that you are owing the money. I understand that you've gotten the money from the account. Is there any way that I can get 10,000 at least? That was kind of like, you know,
to pay some bills.
To pay the bills and for me to kind of like, you know where I kind of like, you know, at least, you know,
to start something. To start up yourself. Yeah.
Guess what he told me? He said I should go file for Social Security.
You should do what?
I should go file for Social Security.
Benefits. You should go and collect benefits.
Yeah, benefits. No, not just benefits. Social Security is something that is almost like the man's pension. As long as you have a child and the child is not up to 18 years old, yes, the government will be paying.
How much is that?
It depends on how much the man or the woman have put into the system.
Right.
So I was so upset. For me, I just thought it was a benefit. So I was so upset and I yelled at him and I was just kind of like, what do you mean?
What did he take the money for? Did he give you an explanation what he took 50,000 for himself?
Because his name was written there as the benefactor. He was a thief.
And they just got upset. He and his girlfriend, they just left the house. Up till today is over. It's over 8 years now. I have not spoken to the guy. I never asked for the money. I never did anything.
And he never brought it to you.
He never brought it to me. Okay.
What about the family of your late husband? Okay. Did you consider them?
Okay. When it comes to my husband and his family, they were never really in good terms. Although almost everybody have died, remaining just the sister. And the sister is also a very dubious person. Is one person that the both of them do not say eye to eye. Even hey, stop. Even before he died, he actually told me that he doesn't even want his sister to be at his funeral. So when his sister actually contacted me, I granted his wish, and I was just kind of like, I'm sorry. Your brother said even in his death, he doesn't want to be in his funeral. So
where are they from?
Exactly.
They are from Alabama.
Oh.
It's white people.
They are white.
Are you Nigerian?
Yes, I'm Nigerian from the other states.
Wow.
So your friend is an Oyibo man that did this, that collected money.
Oh, yes.
So you want to do 419 too.
This case also happened to a friend. A young widow. She was about 30 when she lost her husband. And God, when he was now time for her?
Yes, as of that time, I was 35 when it happens. Yeah. But
you know what, Bridget? When she went to the office to find out what to get his benefits, she found out that the man wrote his younger brother's name. That's after about 6 years of marriage. She had 3 children then.
So, brothers on this platform, brothers, my uncles, my fathers, I beg you in the name of Jesus Christ. The Bible says that the two will become one. You cannot be married and your brother or a friend will be your next of kin. It's just not right. Even if you don't want your wife to be on trouble with your child as your next of kin, you are creating problem for future. If you make your brother, your friend, your uncle as your next of kin, your immediate family, your wife or your child should be your next of kin.
She had to run out of the country. She didn't get a dime. Okay. And the man had a very good job.
Obiageli, some people will go spiritual. That's why they will go diabolical on you. Things like this will make them go diabolical.
She was just turning ill. She had to run out of the country with her girls. Before she now went and, started life all over again. Without a dime.
What people
without
would do
a dime.
So how did you survive, my dear Caroline?
My dear sister, I've been a hustler in Nigeria.
Nigeria babe now, they slack.
Without a slack, she had to stand on her feet because she children and herself, they have to move ahead.
The thing is that they were expecting that I would come and beg them.
Right.
But being a hustling babe from Nigeria, I put on my hustling cap. I started.
Exactly, you moved on. That's why it's important for everyone to have something to do. Very important.
Very, very
those women,
important.
those of us that like clinging on to our husband's clothes or everything. My husband will buy pants for me. My husband will buy bra for me. My husband will do this. When it happens, it's always very hard for them.
That is a disaster.
They develop blood pressure at a very young age, at the time they are not meant to.
Okay, that one is even my own story. Okay,
right.
Another one happened about 3 years ago. This one happens to my best friend's younger sister. Okay, they are Ghanaian and the husband is a Nigerian. So the husband went to a party and basically went with her own car and had an accident and died. So in the process of, doing the burial, doing everything, after the burial, first of all, after the burial, she was just kind of like, then after 3 months, she wanted to start going back to work. So the family refused the girl to use the husband's car. That one is one. Then two, the mother now came, the mother-in-law now came and I said that, my son borrowed money from me.
Are these Nigerians?
Yes. They live in Ghana.
Nigerians are always
saying that the son borrowed about $5,000 from her before dying. So therefore,
how come the wives never know about this borrowing money until the person dies?
Sometimes some men are very, very secretive when it comes to issues like that with their wives.
Sometimes
they don't even tell their wives they are giving out money or whatever.
Sometimes they don't borrow any money. They are using opportunity to get.
Well, because of the culture, but also, although sometimes they are also lying.
So the thing is that this lady had one child without even knowing that when the man died, she was actually pregnant. So I do not know what the man have got to tell the family. The family now came after the house that they are living in. That the woman should provide the papers, for the house and everything, without knowing that the house belonged to the girl's mother.
You see life? Who knows what he has told them that he's arrived? He's arrived.
I just did not know what the man have gone to tell the family, and they were asking for the paper for the house, and the girl was just kind of like, which house? He said the house that you guys are living in.
Which house? Oh, go kill you there. Which house?
He said, this very house that I'm living in. He said, yes. He said, it is their brother, their son that built the house.
It's our son's house. Yeah.
Okay. Anyhow that the brother have proved to you guys that he's the one that built the house, you guys should go and get the papers. They actually went to go and get a lawyer. when the lawyer now wrote to them, they were just kind of like, since you're a lawyer, try and dig your findings and find who owns the house before you can go ahead and do, you know, whatever that you want to do. Only for a lawyer to not really went and dig and discover that the house belonged to the girls.
Even him was a tenant. He was a tenant in the house. You see, like
the mother actually just let them stay in the house so that they can start building their own, because they've got
you see?
married. They did not even got married up to 2 years before the guy died. You know, so it just, the mother was just kind of like, you guys should stay here until you guys start building your own, you know. So without knowing that, the guy has basically went and run his mouth, tell the family that, you know.
Thank you so much, Caroline.
You're welcome. So,
thank you for joining us. I hope everything is all right with you now. You look all right. You're a very sharp babe.
For me, everything is all right.
She is a hustler.
She's a hustler in America. No, Igbo man can do you mago. It's you, sir, that will do mago.
Once bitten, twice shy.
Yes, so.
Are you remarried now, if you don't mind me asking?
Yes, I am.
Oh, congratulations.
Oh, wow.
I hope you are
very
happy.
fast.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good.
With this one, my eye here 360 degree.
Of course, now once beaten, twice shy. That's what I'm going to do today. Before the end of this video, I'm finding a husband for my friend Obi. She needs to remarry. It's time for her to remarry now. So if you are any eligible bachelors in the house, any brother in the house who's looking for wife, I must find a husband for Obi.
You have to move on. You have to move on. He's gone. He's gone.
Yeah.
He's gone. He's gone. But with my own late husband, that one told me, he said, do not sit and mourn me. Move on.
Wow.
That was what he told me. You know, and I got married 3 years after he passed away. So
you marry another, you go again.
Yeah, so me and I'm sorry, me and black man and their culture, I know fit.
You don't you don't agree with black men. It's good. Whatever you like, whatever makes you happy.
You know, black men and their cultures, well, you both know they don't get too much cultures, you know. But they want to just see you, they love you, they marry you. They don't know whatever you have, whether if you have 100 children. But now, me that I have 3 children, if you want to marry me, you're marrying me with my 3 children.
Of course, of course.
No, with me, I already have 2 children before I married my late husband. Plus my daughter making 3 children. So
yeah, and you still and another man marry you. Maybe it's Oyibo will find for you this time around, Obiageli.
With this one, me, I told him, because for me,
Caroline, find Oyibo.
Thanks, Caroline, for joining us, my dear. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
thanks a lot.
Thank you. Bye-bye. That was very interesting. So we've seen another aspect now. But even Oyibo, they do mago too. Now they say pass in some cases, you see. In France, go collect 50,000, put the wife, you know, just sidetrack the wife. Somebody is saying something very interesting in my comment section here. He said one guy had life insurance for $1 million now, and the wife only found out after his death. He put his sister as the benefactor, and the sister collected the $1 million. And he said something else that he changed it. I saw the comment here. They use one eye, they look my comments. He changed the plan. Yeah, this is it. 2 months before his death, because he and his wife had a misunderstanding.
Oh.
You see that kind of thing? They say never take a very serious decision, you know, due to a temporary situation like arguments. When they quarrel, because of that, you go change life insurance. The sister clean out. And I bet, Lady B, if you are here, you will correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure she didn't even think about the family. She didn't even think about the wife and the children. And that's another thing. Some collect loans too. See, she still said the same thing, that some will go and collect loan and you only find out after they die.
And then you will pay the loan.
Yes, so for America, yes, even if you divorce.
And they'll use the house as collateral.
He said, I know.
Any little thing they've had.
The husband used the house as collateral only for the wife and kids to get Shotiribai. You don't see him. So men think, sometimes you think, oh, this woman, even if your relationship is not good, even if you are having issues, there's no reason why you should go on, especially if you have children that that matured or children that are up to 10 plus, use your children as your next of kin. Don't go
Of
and
course,
put your
immediately.
don't go and put your sister.
That's why they always advocate for change of name. You know, every time, if for instance you were married, you were not married when you got the job, you may use your brother or your sister. But as soon as you're married, the next thing to do is to put the name of your wife. Or if your child has gotten to the age of 18 years, or even if he has not gotten to the age of 18 years, you don't have a spouse. Like I had to use my son. My son is just 14, going to 15 years. But I know that by they will not. I won't die in a hurry. And by the time anything, my son would have grown to be able to assess anything, any benefits that is accrued to me if I pass. You know.
You're not passing.
So it's something we need to think about. Husbands, they really need to think about it. This issue of always getting very angry at things like this. Pray about it. Please don't go to bed with anger and take decisions that can cause a lot of trouble for your wife or whoever your companion. It's something you should think about, please. I'm appealing.
Who is joining us? Mr. K. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Lo.
You're welcome.
Evening.
I've been listening to your to your chat about widow and all those things. I heard the lady in America, what she said and everything.
Yes, you're welcome, sir. Where are you joining us from?
I'm calling from UK here. I'm in Belfast.
Okay, what do you have to say, sir?
Well, what I want to say is that I think between a husband and a wife, it's all about trust in marriage. You know, if the marriage is amicable, if there's a I remember my father and my mother when they married, the marriage was amicable. When my father died, my mother was there for her and everything.
Right.
But you know what is happening these days in marriages? Like in UK, you have experiences. You can get married here. You can pick somebody from Africa here. The person throws you out of the house and stuff like that, you know. So it does depend on how the marriage is. If the marriage is amicable and you have children and the family is good, there's no how a man will just want his family to suffer. Anything we have, we like to really to the family so that the wife can enjoy after he passes on as like wife. Is when the marriage is not good, maybe there's something the woman has been doing, maybe she's a bad woman, she's been doing this. That's when the man can think like that. Ordinarily, a man would not think like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand your point, Mr. K. But the point is, the man also has to think, especially when there are children involved. Sometimes these decisions are not for the right
children. Think about the children.
When a man goes, you've heard from the experiences of what Obi, my friend in Nigeria, particularly in a place like Nigeria, when a man goes, it's the woman that is saddled with the responsibility of caring for the children. So it's not only about the wife, it's about the children. When a man,
it's what people were doing, and all of a sudden it's always very difficult.
Because
if you remember that
the financial ability to care for the children, for instance, some of them can drop out of school.
Yeah.
Then what happens to his legacy? What happens to the children he's left behind? Maybe he even has money. Maybe he has life insurance. Maybe he has things, properties. He has money in bank accounts. But because, like you said, maybe there are problems in the marriage. Even here, if the marriage is not so sweet and the man say, this woman, I don't trust them. Let me put my sister. Let me put my brother. But would they care about your children when the man is gone?
Yeah, how would they care? Look at a woman that immediately, if the person goes, if someone that does not have conscience will just disappear with the money. If it's somebody that has the conscience, you collect the money, even if you want to get some. If you want to take some part of the money, it's understandable. The fact that he even put your name. But remember that guy had children. Some of them will chop money and clean mouth. And then they think they will die a happy death. Never.
So what do you have to say, sir?
So, well, I love your point there. It's all about the children. It's always good for the man to make sure that his children are catered for. Like even you said there before, if we can put the next, if you don't want to put the ladies as a next of kin, you can put your child as a next of kin.
Yes,
and even if the child is a young child, if it's a 14, 15 year old, still going to grow to become 18 years, 20 years, and
to benefit it.
Take care of himself and his other siblings, you know.
Yes.
So it takes a lot of good heart to do all those things, you know, in the midst of trouble and all those things. But somebody has just to forgo it, you know, just for the sake of the children, as you said, you know.
Let me ask you, Mr. K, why is it that men, especially African men, why are they so very weary about writing a will, especially when they have landed property, they've got money and investment assets that they've worked hard for? Why is it difficult for them to write a will to say, in the event that this happens to me and I'm no longer here, this is how I want my assets to be shared? Why?
I think probably maybe I would say it's a cultural thing, because I know in Africa here, this will something, I think it's a Western, I think more of a Western culture, you know. Maybe in Europe here, in America here, people write will, people take insurance and stuff like that. But in Africa here, we don't really, I don't think that maybe something that's just coming up new now. People have to be, you know.
Because they think that when they write a will, they are almost dead.
Yeah. They're almost, or something like that.
And then you know that a will is just a statement written, which you can always update as you even acquire more properties. So it's just like an education. It's just, we have to educate ourselves. It's very important because those things, it makes sure that certain things don't happen in an event of anything happening. You understand? But when there is no will, there's a lot of problem. Well, my husband didn't have a will. Yes. I know how long it took me to get a letter of administration to assess some of his monies. Even after getting the letter of administration, Nigeria, I cannot even assess my husband's pension.
I know.
Till now.
It's good. I think writing a will is very, very good. It's a very good thing.
Because inside the will, you will state everything you have. And if you acquire more, you add on to it.
What I want to do with this one is your will. Anything you say there will be respected.
Yes.
Even this is my will. All my properties I have, I want it to go to so person.
Exactly.
That's how it's going to.
It makes it very easy for the other person, for the woman,
their
or
money,
even the children.
To their cats, or they want to give it a cat or their dog or their charity or whatever. All that money will be good there. So I think it's an important thing for somebody to write, for a man to write his will.
And the good thing about will is that, Abby, hold on. The good thing about will, Mr. K, is that there's no age to which you will something to somebody. Even if it's a baby that is a toddler, you can say that you are willing them this amount of money. You are willing them this house. So it doesn't mean that, you know, they are going to assess it now. For instance, if you have 10 houses and you have 5 children and you say, okay, each of my child should have 1 house. Even if the last child is like maybe 5 years old, it doesn't mean that they are going to have it now. But because you have willed it to them already, when they grow up, they become adults, that property is going to be waiting for them. Maybe the person who is their caregiver or the person who is the adult in their life can be managing it on their behalf until they become
it's time for them to have access to it.
Well, I think it gives people peace of mind, and it's not only men. No, let's get this correctly. It's not only men that should have will. Anybody, if you're an adult and you have any assets, you should have a will, or what they call in this part of the world, because you live in this country, Mr. K, it's called lasting power of attorney. Yeah. Lasting power of attorney is a document, very easy to file. They do it in the court of protection here. What you pay for it is not much. It's saying to the government that if for any reason I lose capacity, that means, for instance, God forbid, the person has an accident and, you know, their brain is not working properly again, or they are old and they have dementia, whatever. Once they say they don't have capacity again, this is the person I want to act on my behalf.
Yes.
It must be an adult. It can be your child. It can be a trusted family member. It can be your wife, you know, and you can even put 2 people. You can put it 3 people. I know some in my line of work, you have some Oyibo people. They'll put, if they have 3 children, they'll put all 3. What it means is that for them to take any decision about any asset that person has, they need to agree.
That's right.
So these are all the things that we need to be looking into as African. We cannot keep doing things like we are in the 60s or 40s and we say, oh, this is Oyibo way of doing things. But it's being organized. That's the way I see it.
Yeah.
Please, can I also ask you, sir? Why is it that you people never want to tell us how much you have in your account? That is why a lot of banks, when things happen unexpectedly, they keep quiet and they still large sums of money.
Yes.
When they wait and see that nothing is going on.
Yes.
They still, I remember when I lost my husband. I didn't know how much he had actually. But you know, I used to be his banker because he gives me some cash, or if he sends me to go and withdraw money from the ATM. And my immediate elder sister, Uche, Bridget, she's a banker. As soon as he passed, the first question she called me, said, Obi, please, do you know where Obioma's ATM is? I said, yes. Do you have the password? I said, yes. In 2 days, she was moving the money. I asked her, I said, what happened? Why? She said, if the bank gets to know that he's passed,
they would have stolen
it
some.
will take you years to get that money. And they keep frustrating you before they will say, go and get this, go and get that, go and get this. There are a lot of people at the end of the day, they just forfeit such money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I have the experience, like my immediate elder brother, he lived in London as well. So when he passed on, although he was married to a white lady in London there, then he divorced the white lady, right? So when he divorced the white lady, he came over to Nigeria and married his wife in Nigeria. But the wife never came to UK for any reason. Right. So when he passed on, he was working in Lambert Council, Right. So he was a housing officer in Lambert Council. So when he died, so his death grant, he was supposed to pay. We know what we went through before we can get money here. You have to go to court in Nigeria. You have to get the wife to sign this and all the whole paperwork and everything.
Yeah.
And everything. I'm even surprised.
It's not difficult when the person is dead. When the person is alive, it's easy.
It's easy. I was even surprised. I was so shocked. I was shocked that how come my brother was a learned man. He had a master's degree from University of Calabar. When he came, he traveled the whole. I was shocked that I didn't believe it.
Yeah, some men don't even think about it. They don't think about it.
Nobody thinks that he would ever die.
I was so
you should stay alive and eat your money.
I'm telling
this
you.
Issue of going to pension to collect money, and it takes years. This June will make it 4 years I lost my husband. And I have a whole lot of money stacked in the pension. His pension, I cannot claim it.
People are busy eating that one. I
cannot claim it.
Nigeria
is just a terrible. I'm sorry. I don't want to say bad things about my country because I'm still here, and I'm still hopeful. I'm still hopeful that things will be okay.
Yeah. So how did you manage to assess all that? How did the wife in Nigeria manage to assess whatever he had here, or you, the family?
We were lucky in that I have my twin. So my twin brother is a lawyer. He was a solicitor. He's a solicitor in London as well. So he was the one that came to Nigeria. He did all the paperwork and everything. That's why eventually we were able to get the money paid.
Yeah.
To my wife in Nigeria, So if my brother, I was shocked because I thought I was so close to my brother. I thought that my brother cannot make this mistake. I was even thinking that my brother will put my name. I was thinking maybe my brother has put my name in that thing. We just get the money, and he knows that if he puts my name there, I know that his money will be taken care of. I wasn't going to. It basically is godson of his child, his only child, and everything. So, but I was so shocked that I don't know how my brother can make this kind of mistake.
Well, you never had that discussion when he was alive.
No, we never had that. I believe he knew what he was doing, I believe I knew what he was doing,
Yeah.
So, but the mistake we have made was when he went to hospital to do kidney transplant and they did everything. At that time, that was the time that I was saying that,
he should have known that.
I thought he knew more than me. I thought he knew what he was doing, but
Even the greatest people, the most intellectual people who you think sometimes it doesn't just occur to them, it just keep their mind. And
just like my father too. When my father died, my father didn't leave any will. When my father died, he didn't leave anywhere. He studied in America. He went all over the whole world, but he just died like that. He didn't leave nothing, man. No statement, no nothing, you know.
But you had a close-knit family, I suppose.
No, my family
didn't have more than a wife.
Family like this, we are very, very close. You know, we are so very close.
It's not always a problem.
That's how we are grown up. That's how we grow up. Today, we are very close. My sister just came to London from Nigeria the other day, and we are very close. We are very, very close.
If it was a polygamous family, there's more than one.
That would have been a problem.
No, that's where the fight will start from.
There will be fire on the mountain. There will be fire on the mountain. So yeah, I think before I let you go, Mr. K, the most important thing that I can take from my conversation with you is that it is important for us to have that talk, that discussion. You know, look for, and people should look for, if his wives or somebody that is close to, even friends or even siblings, like you said, your brother, you thought he knew so much and you thought he had things in place. Thank God that you had another brother who knew what to do after your brother moved. It's important for us to have that discussion, please. You have something in place. I'm not wishing you bad, though. I know you will live long, go. You are not dying now. God will give you long life, but do you have anything in place for so and so thing? Is there any documentation of what you have? Because some people will even have, like Obi said, they will have money in the bank. Nobody knows.
Yes.
Somebody earlier on came
because they don't want their wives to know, so that the wife will not ask them to give her some amount of money. So they will be stacking the money in the bank. And at the end of the day, somebody else that he does not know will spend the money.
Yeah.
So would have been better for you to give it to your wife? If she wants to buy all the clothes in the world, you will see her wearing it.
Yes, that's right.
Somebody told me in this country, a friend who worked in investment banking told me that a lot of Africans forfeit huge amount of money in UK banks. Nobody claims them because nobody knows. It goes to the government.
Yes.
It will go to the government because the family did not even know that they have that kind of money. No will, nothing.
Yes. If my twin brother wasn't a lawyer that has done legal practice in London and Nigeria, he knew exactly, he's a good lawyer, he knows exactly what to do. The money will have gone. Over 100,000 pounds are just gone like that. That's it.
Imagine.
I'm telling you, that was it.
And the wife will be roasting in Nigeria.
Did the second wife have children for him, your brother?
Had a son, just a son.
Oh, okay. May he so rest in peace.
But they were already divorced. They divorced.
No, he divorced the first wife, who is the wife.
The first one.
Yeah, he married in Nigeria. May he so rest in peace.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you for joining us, sir.
All right, thank you.
Have a good evening.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So that is it. The issue about widows and the plight of widows in Nigeria, and is led us to issues about will writing. So we are going to be rounding up now. We've done 1 hour already. So Abi, I want to conclude by talking about you now in terms of how you are managing after Obinna Obioma, your husband's name is Obioma, bad person. And financially, thank God, family are helpful, you are working and everything. And but still it's not easy. Nigeria school fees is not easy. Your children are going to secondary school, they are going to go to university. So let's talk about we've got somebody joining us. We'll take this quickly, then we'll talk about your business. I want to talk about your business.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello, good evening.
Hi.
Hello, is it Kenga?
Kienga.
Akakatan.
Yeah.
Where's that name from?
It's Nigerian. Oro.
Calabar.
Oro. Yeah, Akwa Ibom.
I see.
Yes, I've been watching you for a while. Thank you so much for having this platform.
Thank you.
And my condolences to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, my husband passed away in 2019.
Oh, I'm so
sorry.
We're
fairly young. He passed away at 47. So I noticed that some people in the chat was talking about getting a power of attorney.
Yeah.
In America, a power of attorney does not work once the person passes away.
Right. Even here, I don't think that holds power once you are alive. It's about losing when you don't have capacity while you are alive.
Yes.
The only thing that works when someone dies is the will.
Yes, it's a will, but then a great ironclad thing is to have your spouse put your name on everything.
That's the best.
Everything. And that's what I did. As soon as my husband passed away, soon as the doctor told me that they could not revive him, I immediately went to our bank accounts and I moved money. Because once they find out that person has passed away, the banks will begin to lock all accounts. And now you have to fight to get it open. And just because you're a wife, they don't open it. So essentially, if your name is not on that account, your money is gone.
Wow. Wow.
My God, is this thing normally, is it meant to be so?
It's terrible. I mean, because in America, we're such money hungry. Anybody, I know we had got into a car accident years ago, so we were fighting that, and by the time they gave me that money, it was pennies. The lawyers ate that money up.
So was this a joint account, or was only your husband's name?
We had a joint account, and then he had one in his name.
Right. So when you moved the money, was there any issue with that?
No, because once I moved the money, I just closed the account and just told him he passed away.
Right. So you had that
knowledge. Was very sharp. You had
that knowledge, and it's something that my friend Obi said that her sister did for her in terms of moving the money as soon as the husband died, because the banks will just, they'll seal it.
Yes.
They won't allow you to have access. So how has the journey been? I mean, yours is still relatively fresh.
Yeah, we have two daughters. Their ages 10 and 11 now. So I thought it would have been really, really hard on them. It was harder on me. So they were taking care of me.
Oh, that's
so
sweet.
Yeah, it's really hard when you plan your life out with someone and then they unexpectedly pass away. So we'll be celebrating his life on the 13th of this month.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. So it was really unexpected.
Wow. Was it Nigerian, your husband?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you from the same place?
Family?
Now I'm American. He was Nigerian.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
No wonder you were pronouncing the wrong and the king.
Help me, sister. Help me.
You did well, my dear. You did very well.
You could have told. If you didn't tell us, we would not have known. You did well. You did well. I'm so sorry about your loss.
Yeah. So my thing is, I just want to keep my daughters in the community, and we attend all the events. I'm the vice president in the Nigerian Association.
Oh,
so just kind of keep them, acclimated to their culture. Because, in America, they believe in wiping out your culture.
Yeah. So it's important that they identify with their culture, because cultural identity is something that those of us who come from Africa, we were born into that culture. We don't value it because we think it just comes with you. But when you live in this part of the world, you know that cultural identity is something that is really, really powerful, especially for children. It's very, very important that children are able to identify with their cultural identity. It gives them a sense of belonging. It gives them a sense of history. So it's very, very important. And kudos to you for doing that. Are you in touch with his family?
Yes. Actually, they were so loving. I talk to his sister every single day. And his niece, she comes to visit us and things like that. Yeah. So I'm just grateful that I didn't experience all of the other things that you guys were talking about. I didn't experience those things. And then I had great support from the Nigerian community here. So
that's good. That's really, really good. I'm happy to hear that.
But you didn't have to take him home to be buried, right?
No, he actually said he did not want to be taken home. But he can tell me that, but that doesn't mean anything. But yeah, a lot of the elders in the community went and spoke to my in-laws about it, because I would have had to get a visa just to take the body out of the country, and then it would have been about $12,000 to get him there.
Yeah, it's expensive to repatriate. Abi, your mom died in the US and had to be repatriated to Nigeria for burial, and you told me your sister paid a huge amount of money to get the body to Nigeria. Yeah.
Because you know, before my mom passed, she told her that they had better take her back to lie near her husband.
Yeah, because this is a thing
So
for
even
old
when my
people.
younger brother was suggesting that we bury her there, my sister was like, no, I want to sleep in the night though. Because this woman told me that she has to go home. So no matter what, we need to take her home.
Yeah, they spent over 20,000 in repatriating the body to
A
Nigeria.
lot of money. You
Yeah,
spend,
not,
a lot of
not the burial, just taking the body. Her mom died sadly 2 years ago from cancer, and she was living with the elder sister who lives in California, and they had to take the body back to Nigeria. So I know how expensive these things can be.
Yeah, it would be good if people could just designate a life insurance policy for things like that.
Yes, yes, absolutely. That's a story for another day that we need to educate our people on. I think I've done a story like that. I've done a video about how people need to get these things in place. But our people always think, oh, it's not going to happen to me. It's not going to happen to me. But
that's always the mentality. We are always like, I will not die. I will not die.
We all must die.
You see it going on. You see it going on every day. You hear the story every day, but people still will not go and do the right thing.
Yes, the Bible tells us we will live and we will die. That's it. That's what we know is for sure.
Yeah.
So why not prepare for it?
Black people don't like talking about death at all. It's something that is so morbid, a discussion that nobody wants to ever talk about. So yeah, I think it contributes to why a lot of people will not buy life insurance or they will not pay for funeral. It's like telling an African person to pay for their own funeral while they are alive, which is what a lot of white people do. An African person, most African people, not everyone, but most of them will like, what? If I die, my children will bury me,
Of course, it's the right thing.
Yeah, and that's how a lot of whites use it for wealth.
It's very expensive to bury here.
Yes, but when you have a burial policy, you have your separate burial policy, and then you're leaving your children $1 million. That is how whites are using it for wealth.
Yeah, that's something we need to look into. Not just saving, and when you die, you leave your family with all these debts from burial. Because burial.
I wonder. Meanwhile, while you were alive, you didn't enjoy yourself, or you were saving the money.
True.
Yeah.
I will enjoy myself. My children should make their own money and also look after me.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Blessings to you all.
Yeah, blessings to you.
Thank you, Kinga.
Recovery, and I pray that the Lord will protect you and your children.
Amen.
And that
Amen.
the husband of the widow will be your husband, and he will be the father to your children, and they will grow up to be very successful. Everything that their dad wasn't able to live to do for them, the Lord Almighty will do for them in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Good evening.
Take care.
Yeah, that was Kianga, an African American who was married to a Nigerian man. You can see that the love is real. Her name is even Nigerian name, so that's good.
Akakata.
Yeah, so we thank God in everything. We thank God. Yeah, we cannot question God. It happens, but we cannot question God. So Obiageli, tell us, this your business that you are doing now, guys. I want you to support Obiageli's business. Support Obiageli's business. Obi is into logistics. Tell us.
Chiman logistics. Really? We sew for people. If you're abroad or you're in any part of the country, you want to make your clothes, we sew for you right now. Obodo Yibo TV.
You saw for me. Because I was working in Nigeria was done by Obiageli. Before I even got to Nigeria, she's arranged everything for me.
And then for logistics, for instance, some people abroad don't have. We have airplanes that are passing. I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
If you need people to help send messages, buy items, if you don't have anybody to help you do it right here in the Nigeria. You need some items.
Trusted person. You have a lot of people, but can you trust them? It's having a trusted person that we're talking about. I'm putting your
buy items. Okay. We help people to buy items. We help people to buy and send to them abroad. If any duty, anything you want to send us to do, just for a little fee, we get it done.
Right. So Obiageli is she's a widow, as you guys know. She's got 3 children. I've been telling you guys about those clothes I wore when I was in Nigeria a little while ago. All the clothes I wore were made by Obiageli. If you have a style or you want her to choose style for you, she would gladly choose it. She sews for a lot of people in the US. They will cargo it to you. So her details are on the screen now if you want to contact her. Yeah, things as simple as buying clothes or selling clothes, or if you want to
food stuff,
ogbono, egusi, fresh one, or things as, you know, other things like even buying a piece of land, buying land, you know, buying property, real estate. Yeah, because the thing about people who live in the diaspora is that you always, trust is a very big issue. Some people, they don't chop their money tire, hobby.
I've heard a lot.
They don't chop their money tire. Some people don't have money to build house. They don't chop the money.
And then when they come, they kill them before they go back.
So families,
they realize that all the money has been spent.
Yeah, you cannot
for other things.
Me, I always tell people, for anything you need, pay for it. It's better for you to pay for it than to use family
and members. Get it done. Yes.
When you pay for it and it's somebody that you know the business, me, I can guarantee Obi will buy land for you and give you receipts, and she will not cheat you. Me, I can vouch for her, because I know her that well. So anything logistics that you want to do in Nigeria, please patronize my darling friend, though. She needs your support. She's raising 3 lovely Igbo children that need that need money for school. So whatever she can, whatever fee that you pay her, she doesn't charge too much. If you're interested in property, yeah, she can help you. Land, you know, you can help. You know, when you told me about property, I was worried.
You're skeptical.
I was skeptical when you told me about your own property. I was like, Obi, I dey fear. They do people for Lagos. They say, Bridget, don't worry. I don't do my search. I don't do everything. But now we know that, yes, you knew what you were talking about. So Obi is into everything logistics from Nigeria to Obodo Ibo. See, if your parents live in the east, or in the north, or in Edo, anywhere they live, and you don't have anybody to send to them to send money, somebody you can trust in Nigeria that will take the money and make sure they deliver it to your parents. Or food stuff, if you want to send food stuff or anything you want to send from Lagos, Obi will arrange it for. She's very good. She will don't arrange and put on for motor before you know. In fact, they will deliver and your parents will confirm, your family member will confirm. So make una contact Obi. She's really, really good. Obi, talk. I dey sell you now.
Yeah, so
they find husband for him. I want make she marry. I dey find husband for Obi. She don't want her husband finish. Time to move on. Yes.
By the grace of God, God will bring a husband. I believe. A good one at that.
In Lagos, yes. Ogun, that area, yes, because the husband was doing real estate before he even passed. They have a house. Where's that house one I get? So for which area?
Riverview Estate.
Riverview, where's that one?
It's just immediately after. It's in Ogun State anyway, but you know we still call that place Lagos State because it's not really too far from Lagos State.
Is it towards toll gate?
You will pass the toll gate a bit.
If you don't pass
yeah, it's in Ogun State. It's in Ogun, just very near Channels, where Channels Television is right now.
Yeah.
That's where Riverview Estate. We have properties there. I have a lot of landed. I have connections on how to get properties all over.
Lagos area. Yeah. Leave that one, no. All of them, we don't want any prophet of doom here. Look, let me tell you something. Property will always appreciate, whatever happens. Land property will appreciate. So no prophet of doom here. Because I don't hear see a comment when I don't make so I beg. So anything from simple logistics like sending ogbono abroad, buying Ankara to sew cloth or lace.
To sew jumps to look good.
Whatever you want to say. Maybe that's your organization, Catholic woman, wait.
CW. Catholic Women Organization.
Catholic Women Organization, if you now want so lace, Obiageli, you go buy lace. Even if you want to send it from abroad to her, if you have superior lace you want to buy from Switzerland to send to her, she go design her any style you want. Once you take your measurement, just contact Obi on this number and you are sorted. You can trust her. That's what I'm saying. So, how can I help me patronize her? I beg. And if you are a widower, if you are a widower or divorcee, they look for her wife. Obiageli is free. I want to marry her off before it's too late. I want to
You're seriously looking for this husband from you. I thought we have agreed with Carol, who was the first person that came in. She will get me a white man.
Now, white man, you do. How did they take white man do?
As they don't get problems.
You know what Carol talks about the first white man husband, the friend carry $50,000 water.
But the second man where she still married, not be white man. What did she talk? She said she tired for all those cultural things.
Our own case shall be different.
I'm just joking, my dear. Anybody, let God bring the right person. That's all.
Yes. It is good for her to remarry. It's not good for her to be single. Our own case shall be different in Jesus' name.
Amen.
You're not going to marry somebody that is cultural, that you bring all this wahala. You marry for love, you marry for happiness, peace of mind. Somebody you grow together in love.
Amen.
That they will help.
Somebody that will not die in between.
Yes, somebody that will not die, that will live to be 9,500. That will raise children together, everything.
Amen. Amen.
So that is where we are going to leave today. We've done almost 1 hour, 36 minutes now. So, Abi, you got anything to contribute for all this plenty discussion when we don't talk? You need Ankara.
Well, I just want to thank everybody for coming on the show with us. This is not the first time on the show with Bridget, and this is the second time.
This is the first time.
Well, this is a live show. That's true. Well, yes. And I'm sure I'm going to come more. I'm going to come on more live shows.
You come more live show so that you can talk.
I'm going to come for more live shows to discuss with even my new friends. I'm sure I'm making a lot of new friends after this live show today.
I don't broadcast your number.
Send me any message. I'm free. There's nobody disturbing me on my bed at night. I will answer you.
My people, let me just chip this one in before I end this show. I take Obegu now. She's heterosexual. Now man, she not find woman, no, because the other day when I talk matter, one woman can't chase up bill. I take Obegu now. I not say make una no do what una like, but Obi na man he like, he not like woman. Make any woman no go to chase Obi. I take Obegu now. That story I see.
I tell you, my dear sister.
Woman can't chase Obi, no let Obi rest. He can't say, I want to see your breast. What's it be that one now? I tell you, I be the fine woman. Hey. Now man she define her husband she married before. Now man married. You know one woman.
Oh my God.
I need to put it out there now because I should say that auntie go to watch now. When you go come and tell you, hey, I like you, Obi. Your skin is fine. Whether I want to see your breast.
You should not get in touch with me. Maybe now you should go constant make you call me because I had to block her line.
I'm not saying it's not good for you to be whatever orientation when you want day. Any sexual orientation is okay. But Obi being a man, you not like woman, I beg. So anyone when they find woman, I'm gonna leave my Obi alone. No. You don't want woman. Now man he wants, I beg. Now man he married before, you not like women. I take God beg woman. I feel like I have to put it there. Yeah. I have to put it out there before you go begin to see like that one again where you go they say, Obi, your skin fine. Show me your breast.
It was just, in fact, you're right.
You want to see your breast. You see that kind of thing? Old woman say, want to see your breast. Ha! I better go. I take a beg now.
I was shocked. That was why I called you immediately. I didn't understand.
I say, I'll be widow. Say, I want marry husband for a woman. Can't they toast Obi for this my platform? Ha! Oh, now men she like I beg. I take a beg now. God bless every one of us.
God bless you all. Thank you for coming on.
But this particular occasion, man she not like woman for that kind of thing. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us. Let me start saying bye-bye to now. Precious love. They don't laugh tire for the talk. What would they talk about? Woman, where they toast you. Virtuous woman, thank you. India, ma.
God.
Thank you, Oluremi. Tiki Shack. Are you sure it's a female? No, it's not a female. I just they make them up. It's not a female. Clara, thank you very much. Esther, thank you for joining us. Thanks a lot, guys. We're going to do this soon again. I might do another live tomorrow. I'm on break, so I'm just going to be doing live as often as possible. Edith, thank you for joining me, Mrs. Lawani. God bless you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give this video a thumbs up. If you never subscribe, when I don't make us talk for almost 2 hours, if I not subscribe, you know go good, though. When I don't let God verse. When I subscribe.
I beg subscribe, I beg now.
Man, I subscribe, Kumbi, you know, see this kind of thing. He say whether I should say na woman. First way call up for phone. You call him for mobile phone. I mean, you don't know the voice of woman again. He call you for
I
video.
know.
The woman call you
so
for WhatsApp. He call him for WhatsApp.
From sewing clothes, he enter another thing.
He say one so close. Next thing they ask say once he breast. You they tell me whether na woman. You don't know woman again. If you see woman, I better go. Nishori Buruko. It is well with all of us. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Obiageli, have a good evening. Go attend to the children. We'll talk later.
Thank you, darling. God bless you. My regards to all. Bye, entire people. It was nice being here this evening. Bye-bye, dear.
Bye.